According to Greek mythology, men were created with 4 legs, 4 arms, and a head. But Zeus split them in 2 separate beings. They were condemned, yes, they were condemned to spend their life in search of their other lives. Yes, we are all searching for our better half, our better things, so that we can make a complete power, and this is what is handed down from the Greek mythology. This is found in Plato's Symposium. Plato's Symposium adds more, knowledge to it when we read it and we understand the Greek mythology. Since it is the vocabulary which is never ending, but we have tried to just include some of the important words of Greek mythology to add to our knowledge, and talked about mythology and myths, which is the stories handed down from our ancestors from one generation to the other. We have taken the word Antrean, Argonauts and Argoside, Bacchanalian, Calliope and Cornucopia, Gorgon, Cyclopean, Erotic, Harpy, Hymeneal, Genisphase. You have to develop that taste, yes, to understand it. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Please note, it's not everyone's cup of tea. It's jovial, mercurial and Myrmidons, Mentor, Narcissism, Nemesis, Odyssey, Olympian and Oread. And turning to our next words, which I left, Palladium. What is Palladium? Palladium is any person or thing that protects or safeguards against loss or injury. It is a safeguard. What is it in fact? What you would use the word, exact word for this? Yes, you have thought correctly. This is the word, and this word is armor. In ancient Greece and Rome, any statue of Greek goddess Pallas, Athene, Minerva, that is the legendary statue in Troy, on the preservation of which the safety of the city was supposed to depend. Her image of Palladium guarded Troy, and Troy could not be taken until after Ulysses had stolen the image. So this was the goddess. Who was this goddess? Pallas Athene. This was also called Minerva, and this used to protect the place, and that is why he could not, Palladium used to guard Troy, and Ulysses thought why he is not able to win over Troy. So when he took the statue of Minerva, after that only he was able to win over Troy. You know that heard of that story of the wooden horse? He had put the whole army of the wooden horse in the wooden horse, and he left it outside the gates of Troy. It's a real story. It was a subterfuge which he had planned, and finally the Troy people took that horse inside the gates. And with that idiom which we have, beware the Greeks bearing gifts. So if your enemy gives you a gift, beware, beware and beware. Next word, phoenix. Phoenix is a bird of mythological, it's a mythological bird. It's believed, I have seen in various films, the students also informed, that is in Harry Potter, it's a bird of a neuter gender, male and female, both genders are in the bird. It rises to great height, it is immortal, it never dies. After 100 to 200 years, whatever the time has been allotted to the bird, yes, it turns into fire, and suddenly from the ashes a new bird. So it never dies, in fact. That is why we have a famous idiom, to rise like a phoenix. Yes, students? Yes, CLAT aspirants, you have to rise like a phoenix. So a person or thing supposed to have died or have passed into oblivion. What is oblivion? Forgetfulness. And then to have risen against the symbol of immortality, that is phoenix. In Egyptian mythology, phoenix was a fabulous bird living in the Arabian desert for 500 or 600 years. After being consumed in fire, it rose fresh and youthful from its own ashes to start another life, another long life, a symbol of immortality that I was talking of. Phoenix. Yes, a wonderful bird with neuter gender. And we have one of the famous poems of John Donne, Canonization. Saints of Love. Please read this poem of John Donne. He says that lovers are like phoenix. They are the combination, the male and the female. Next word is protean. Protean is something which is inconstant, which is unstable, which is fickle, which is changeable, irresolute, flighty, irresponsible. Very important. Put an asterisk to these list of these words. Irresponsible, unreliable, purposeless, readily changing, different in shape and forms. A fickle-minded person like an opal or a chameleon. Right? One who cannot be trusted, one who is not reliable. Proteus was the old man of the sea who could change his form and appearance at will. Don't trust anybody. Face is not the index of mind. The world is full of Proteans. Next word, very interesting word, Saturnine. Saturnine is heavy, gloomy, serious in astrology. It is something which is simply giving you a word like Sat. Under the influence of Saturn, Saturn is considered sad. It is long-faced, in low spirits, to become blue, depressed, sluggish, morose, or taciturn, one who doesn't speak much. That is Saturnine. Saturn was the father of Jupiter. When Saturn was the father of Jupiter, he was himself very jovial, and his period of rule was supposed to be the golden age of that time. The feast celebrating his worship was very gay and wild, like our New Year's evening. We celebrate, we enjoy, in our newer times when we enjoy those things, that type of life. And astrology was given Saturn its gloomy aspect. Astrology has given this gloomy, very sad appearance. For persons born under the influence of the planet Saturn are supposed to be morose and sad. You've seen various people saying this is the effect of Saturn on his life. He's living a life of very sad, gloomy, depressed, dejected, melancholy, gloomy life. Why? Because the effect of the Saturn planet. You've seen Jupiter, which makes you happy, Mercury, which makes you quick fight, and things where different planets have the effect on your life. Next word, Centaurian. Stentorian. Stentorian is very loud voice, bellowing. We could use the word cacophonous. Caco is bad, phone is sound, bad sound. It's very shrill and it's very ear-piercing sound. It's not at all welcome. It is trumpet sound. Right? Stentor, herald of the Greeks in the Trojan War. He was somebody who started the beginning of the Trojan War. He was their human loudspeaker before microphones and public address systems. So something which is like, he didn't need a mic to speak, Why? No microphones, no mics required. He used to speak so loudly, people used to hear his voice so far away. It was such loud, shrill, ear-piercing sound, trumpet kind of a sound. Yes. And the last words in this series, Stygian. Stygian is used from the word sty, which is inky, gloomy, dark, infernal. What is infernal? Hell. Dante's famous poem, worth reading, Inferno. Please, I do prescribe every time different poems to you. Be a part of literature, be a part of reading, and feel that difference in English once you start doing it. It's a dark world, it's a gloomy world. It's ruled by Pluto, Hell. The king of underworld hell is Pluto. He's also known by the name Dis or Hades. There's a wonderful story of this also. I'll be coming up further with it. It's a dark and a gloomy world. It is inviolable, completely binding as an oath sworn by the river Styx. River Styx flowed down in the lower world, that is the underworld, hell. The spirits entering Hades had to cross it on a fiery piloted by Chiron. So this was a very dark and a gloomy world. Next word, Terpsichorean. Terpsichorean appears a very long word with 3 syllables. It's pertaining to dancing, choreographing. It's related to dancing of a dancer. Now only a facetious use is just the outward on the surface usage that we do now. The 9 muses. See, muses are the ideals of inspiration. They presided over the arts. Terpsichores was the muse of dance. He used to teach dance to the people. The fast movements of the legs and the other things were learnt by it. And the last word, that is paean. Paean is a song of praise. Once you are victorious, when you come after the victory in the battlefield, people, the queens used to welcome the kings. They used to do the welcoming of them. Showers of flowers and rains would be there. Rain of flowers would be there. It's a song of praise. It's a song of kudos. It's a of triumph or thanksgiving, right? We all want you to sing the paeans of law prep after your selection in one of the best schools, West Law Schools. From Paean, the Songs of Deliverance, this was sung by Apollo after his victory over the Python. See, Python is a huge big snake. So words, you must have understood some of the words which you have linked with different scenarios and different parts, but it's really very, very interesting part of it. We'll be coming up more of these. I hope you've understood, everything was comprehensible to you and you will add to your knowledge. Thank you, students, for today. Do like it and do subscribe it, and your comments are most welcome. Thank you.